CCSP Exam Preparation. Introduction to Cloud Computing. When we talk about cloud computing, we're describing a fundamental shift in how we think about and deliver computing resources. Imagine for a moment the traditional way businesses operated their IT infrastructure. They would buy servers, storage systems, and networking equipment, place them in their own data centers, and maintain them with their own staff. This approach, while functional, often led to inefficient resource utilization and significant upfront costs. Cloud computing transformed this model entirely. Instead of owning and maintaining physical infrastructure, organizations can now access computing resources over the internet, paying only for what they use. But let's dive deeper into the formal definitions and understand what makes cloud computing unique. NIST definition, the industry standard. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, provides what has become the most widely accepted definition of cloud computing. Cloud computing is a model for enabling ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources, e.g., networks, servers, storage, applications, and services that can be rapidly provisioned and released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction. Let's break this definition down to understand its components. Ubiquitous. This means cloud services are accessible from anywhere with an internet connection. Whether you're in a coffee shop in New York or an office in Tokyo, you can access your cloud resources with the same ease. Convenient. Users don't need to understand the underlying complexity of the infrastructure. Think of it like electricity. You don't need to know how power generation works to use your electrical appliances. On demand, resources are available when you need them. Just as you can turn on a light switch and instantly have light, you can spin up a new server or provision storage space almost immediately. Shared pool of resources. Multiple users share the same physical infrastructure, but their data and applications remain logically separated. This is similar to how multiple apartments share the same building infrastructure while maintaining privacy and separation. Configurable. Resources can be customized to meet specific needs like adjusting the memory, storage, or processing power of a virtual machine. Rapid provisioning. Resources can be allocated and deallocated quickly, often in minutes rather than the weeks or months it might take to procure and set up physical hardware. Cloud computing in practice. To better understand these definitions, let's look at a real-world example. Consider a retail company preparing for Black Friday sales. In the traditional model, they would need to maintain enough server capacity year-round to handle their peak traffic during Black Friday, even though this capacity would be underutilized during the rest of the year. With cloud computing, they can operate with normal capacity during regular business days, automatically scale up their resources as traffic increases during Black Friday, scale back down once the peak period is over, pay only for the additional resources during the time they were used. This exemplifies the flexibility and efficiency that cloud computing enables. Alternative definitions. While NIST provides the most commonly referenced definition, other organizations have contributed their own perspectives. The ISO/IEC defines cloud computing as a paradigm for enabling network access to a scalable and elastic pool of shareable physical or virtual resources with self-service provisioning and administration on demand. Gartner defines it as a style of computing where scalable and elastic IT capabilities are provided as a service to multiple customers using Internet technologies. These definitions, while worded differently, all emphasize key aspects: resource sharing, network accessibility, elasticity, service-based delivery, pay-per-use model, impact on modern computing. Understanding these definitions is crucial because they form the foundation of how we approach modern IT infrastructure. The cloud has become more than just a technology choice. It's a business enabler that allows organizations to reduce capital expenditure, increase operational agility, scale globally with minimal friction, innovate faster with access to cutting-edge technologies, Focus on their core business rather than IT infrastructure management. Additional resources. For deeper understanding, consider exploring NIST Special Publication 800-145, the NIST definition of cloud computing, ISO IEC 1007788, Cloud Computing, Overview and Vocabulary, Cloud Security Alliance's Security Guidance for Critical Areas of Focus in Cloud Computing, the Open Group's Cloud Computing Standards. Key takeaways for CCSP exam. When preparing for the CCSP exam, remember, the NIST definition is considered the standard and should be your primary reference. Understand not just the words, but the implications of each component of the definition. Be able to explain how cloud computing differs from traditional IT infrastructure. Know how the definition relates to real-world implementations. Recognize how different aspects of the definition impact security considerations. Remember, these definitions aren't just academic exercises. They provide the framework for understanding cloud security principles, compliance requirements, and operational considerations that we'll explore in later modules.